My name is Alexis Miesen. I graduated from Columbia School of Social Work in 2004, and I am currently the co-proprietress of Blue Marble Ice Cream. I contemplated a number of different graduate programs and wanted to find a program that was right. So I knew I wanted a school with a strong international focus, or at least with access to international opportunities, and Columbia seemed to kind of fit that bill really, really well.
All right. Yeah, I'll do that.
I finished at Columbia, and my idea was to go back to Africa somewhere. I lived in Namibia for 2 years after undergraduate work, and I wanted to go back to the continent somewhere. Luckily, I did find a job with a wonderful organization called African Services Committee, based up in Harlem. They're the longest-standing nonprofit here in the city dedicated to supporting the needs of the city's African immigrant population. And that was great, but it became really frustrating to have to just fight tooth and nail for every dollar, especially with a lot of the corporate foundations, that you have so much money at your disposal. You could do more, you could integrate more into the fabric of your operations, of your policies, to just be a more responsible, kind of contributing member of the world around us. And then I just moved to this great neighborhood in Brooklyn. Lots of wonderful restaurants and cafes and shops and all sorts of wonderful things, but no good ice cream. And I happen to be an ice cream fanatic. And I had this eureka moment. I said, oh, I need to open an ice cream shop. It's gonna be me. I lassoed in my good friend and now business partner, Jenny. And we opened our first shop in 2007 in the neighborhood of Boerum Hill in Brooklyn. And sure enough, it was a crazy success. We are farm fresh, old-fashioned, super premium, super creamy, deluxe, classic American ice cream. We like to say it's better than the ice cream you remembered having as a kid. You look back, oh, you think that ice cream was so great. It probably wasn't actually that great. But this ice cream meets like your memory's expectations of what that used to be. We weren't expecting to grow, or certainly not to grow as fast as we did. But after opening the first shop in 2007, we opened the second about 8 or 9 months later. And then from there, we started developing our outposts. So we dispatch our carts to various parks and other outdoor venues during the high season. And on top of all of that, we have our wholesale division. We're very involved in a number of causes, a number of organizations in the community. We identify ourselves as a community member. We do as much as we can to be a contributing member of our neighborhoods. I knew we wanted to do something more at some point, be something more than just a local ice cream shop. And sure enough, in 2009, my business partner had the great fortune of meeting a woman from Rwanda named Kiki. Kiki is this extraordinary lady. She is a poet, she is a playwright, she's a creative visionary of all sorts. And when she learned that Jenny had an ice cream shop, this light bulb went off for her. And she said to Jenny, could you come to my community in Rwanda and help a group of women there open up their own ice cream shop? I think Jenny's response was something like, I have no idea, and why? Kiki explained why. Number one, it would create opportunities for local women to develop their professional skills, to build something together, and to build something that hopefully would create livelihoods for them. Secondly, it would create a space for the community to come together and to continue the healing process. We all know what happened in 1994. People are still very much coping with the grief on both sides of the conflict. And then thirdly, she saw it as an opportunity to support local farmers. We're just like, oh my gosh, like that's a pretty compelling argument. We have no idea if this is possible, we have no idea what we're getting ourselves into, but we're gonna try. We partnered with a group of women there that are have formed their own cooperative. These women already knew how to work together as a team, they already knew how to be dynamic, They already knew how to be coordinated. They just needed the technical skills, and they were ready to learn. They had never tried ice cream before. Many of them had never had any kind of formal jobs ever. Many stopped school at 6th, 7th, 8th grade, but they were ready. We did all of the training in the operations of the shop and taught them how to make ice cream. Then we partnered with a group called Peace, which stands for Business Council for Peace, a tremendous organization. In June 2010, we finally opened the doors to Inzozi Nziza, which translates to Sweet Dreams in English. In the beginning, it was owned in partnership between our nonprofit that we formed here in the United States and their cooperative. And over time, as their confidence and capacity kind of grew, we started to hand over the reins more and more to them. And last year, actually transferred all of our remaining shares to them, so now they own it outright. It's been inspiring to work with them, and we have big plans to grow and replicate, and we'll be using them as resources and as a model, and hopefully lots more good things to come.